All right.
Oof. Let's do this.
That wasn't even like hard acceleration.
My Tesla is on chill mode all the time, so
Yeah, I'm in equal pro right now. I could go
no,
like
no, no,
sport
no.
plus mode.
Yo, that's 48 cents right there.
Yeah.
You just bought it 48 cents of
Yeah.
gas out the back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so
We're live? Oh,
we're live, man.
cool.
Yeah, so basically, Sonny is a good friend of Louis Rossman. We're both mods in Louis Rossman's chat. You work for Louis,
For a little bit. For a little
right?
bit.
I work for Louis, in a different capacity, obviously. And he was like, "Hey, I think I was like at episode like 64 or 65." And you're like, "Yo, I want to be on for episode 69." I'm like, what a weirdo. Christoph Howard, he says good evening.
Christoph.
So he must be in Europe.
I think people online just say shit.
But yeah, we up in here. So Sonny is a very unique fellow, let's say, right?
I'm not. I'm a cookie cutter, typical Asian guy.
Oh no. I'm gonna get to my point.
Okay, go on.
I said multiple times, "Hey, we're going to go to this game at Citi Field," and he's like, "Yeah. When should we, set this up? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's it's an afternoon game." He just didn't want to be in traffic. That's all it is.
Yeah, unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, why would a vehicle that loud and big need to be driving fast at any time?
See,
Yeah, Christoph is such.
Christoph. I like Christoph. He's a progressive. He identifies evenly as very differently than the rest of us.
Well, this vehicle identifies differently too. I hope it's not my apartment that's on fire. I shouldn't joke like that.
Well,
The second lady sometimes tries to burn the house down. But anyway,
yeah, the game.
yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the game today," and I said it maybe, I don't know, 17 times. And then he gets to my house today, and I'm like, "Yeah, so we're going to the game." "Oh, I'm going to the game too." Oh my god. Oh my god.
I thought I was going on the drive to the game with you.
And I was just gonna hey, well, see, let's do this for 25 minutes. Yeah, that makes a lot.
Yeah.
And, for me to just drop you off, that doesn't even make sense. You said that this might be your first baseball game that you're attending.
Yeah.
You're going to be the second person this week that I transport to a game that ends up being their first game in their life.
I don't know about baseball, and I don't know. Well, I know about the Mets.
They suck. Yeah. I mean, They usually suck. They don't suck this year.
New York has like 18 professional sports teams and the Mets.
Oh shit!
Mets are just like a bunch of old dudes in their 30s trying to figure out how the game works.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Most of them are younger players. Most of our players are younger players. Although we did sign one of the oldest players in the league to the richest contract by average annual value. We did do that, which was pretty dumb, but he's pitched very well.
Well, he's still middle class in New York.
Oh, that's foul.
Right?
That's foul. But yeah, 43.5 million a year, I think, something like that.
Mm.
But anyway, but yeah, so Sunny, has ways of communicating that I find entertaining. So I was like, you know what? Bring him on. Let's bring him on the show.
Yeah. I don't like to ask people about their political beliefs, but just I like to discover them through our conversations,
Right.
like how we're talking at your place.
Right.
Mm. How do you feel about Joe Rogan?
I think that Joe Rogan is a lightning rod that people use to try to uh, they try to do like the virtue signaling, and they try to use him as a conduit for their virtual signaling. So I give you an example of what I mean, right?
Okay.
Do you know the new Amazon show, The Terminal List?
No,
So Chris Pratt,
I know Chris Pratt.
right? So he is. I think he stars in, and he I think is like an executive producer or something like that for this Amazon TV show, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, it's got the whole military thing going. So
Watch it.
the so-called woke crowd, what they do is they look at you know what it looks like, and that's him, in some military something or other, right?
Yeah.
And
What's the problem?
so they're like, oh my God, it's more military propaganda, right wing. They're calling it, right wing, gun nut, porn, type thing. And it's like, did you watch the series? Did you,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, people are saying, oh, it's basically a fapping show for the Murica crowd. It's like, did you watch it? Because if you actually watched it,
What's the problem?
then you would know how wrong you are, right? So Joe Rogan,
Even if it is, what's the problem?
because they need everything to be dark skinned and gay all the time, because for representation, right? We need
Yeah.
to make sure everybody's gay and everybody is trans and everybody's
Diversity.
brown,
Yeah.
for diversity, right? And it turns out that what they thought the story was about was the exact opposite of what they actually thought that it was, but they didn't actually watch the fucking show, so they don't know. So Joe Rogan, so the Terminal List is a lot like how people treat Joe Rogan, right? Oh, he's an alt-right, blah blah blah. Do you actually listen to him when he talks? Obviously you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be talking this shit. So if Joe Rogan does say some things that are kind of dumb, but he'll be the first to tell you, he's like, listen, I'm a moron. You shouldn't be getting your information from me. And he'll say it over and over and over and over again. He's like, hey, these are just thoughts that's in my head. We're just having conversations, and I let everybody speak.
Yeah.
Right. And for some people on the left, if you let anybody other than a leftist speak, you're an alt-right, Nazi guy. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like nobody wants to hear that shit anymore. Like, I think that people are getting tired of the whole woke thing. People are just tired of it. And the thing is, like, my views are, not too dissimilar to, Joe will tell you, he'll tell you he's a liberal.
Yeah. He
Right.
is. He voted for like fucking Bernie Sanders.
Right.
And stuff.
And the thing is, he always made fun of Trump, but when he decided not to make fun of Trump, oh, he's all right. But it's like, yo, he makes fun of Trump all the time, but you're not listening.
People don't clip them. That's the thing.
Just not listening because they don't want to listen. What up, illegal Mexican? What's up? I see you every.
This is the YouTube app? Oh no, this is the
No, this is StreamYard.
Oh.
I'm streaming to YouTube and to Twitch right now.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Through the web?
Yeah. I only just now got my right to stream on YouTube. But I've been on YouTube for so long. But I'm now less than 1 subscribers away from 1,000.
Yo, let's go. That's the like I told you. Your problem is you're too logical. Fucking nobody.
You can't even make a left-hand turn there. What the fuck is he doing?
He identifies as a.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
He identified as a right hand turn. Sorry.
That's
Right. So you can make.
why he's making a left.
Well, left and right is all subjective.
Oh my god. Oh
Right.
my
Left and
god.
right all subjective.
Red and blue. Who cares anymore?
Yeah. Explain red and blue to somebody who's colorblind. You know? Red looks a little purple and blue looks a little pink. If you really think about it.
Yeah. But so yeah, like I don't watch JRE anymore because it's on Spotify. I watch YouTube all day long.
Yeah, Spotify they fuck with you because so as far as the app goes, right? I don't know if you use the Spotify app,
I mean,
but they're a fucking criminal organization. Look.
you know what? We should do an episode 69 part 2 after the game.
Okay, sounds good. No, they're fucking terrorists. They have the most amount of programmers, right? But you can't speed up or slow down the Spotify podcast on the computer because people have ad blocker on. So most people will not have it listen to Spotify on their computer. They will have it on their phone. And when you have the Spotify phone app, you could do 1.5. But guess what? Every other 15 minutes, they play an ad.
I was actually about to start complaining about that.
Yeah.
That's it's a paid streaming service. Why am I listening to ads? Like I have YouTube Premium. So I have not seen a YouTube ad since the beginning of the Rona.
Oh yeah. I went into incognito mode on YouTube fucking one time and I didn't know how much ad they were playing. But yeah, that's why I mean there is a Chrome extension that does speed up and slow down on Spotify, but again.
Right, you have to download some shit that might be tracking, your everything. See? Dice?
Well, yeah. Well, at this point, I don't care
that's what I was telling you.
I'm a communist, so I don't really care about getting tracked. If anything, I want them to know who I am and what I do.
Because if you're not doing anything wrong, there's nothing to hide, right?
Yeah, of course. Also, I mean, I give you my data. You give me something else.
Local 804? Local 804? Salute? I got out of the company, but oh, congrats, man. Get the fuck out of there. You did your 25 to life.
31.
31 years?
32 coming up.
Congrats, man. Get the fuck up out of there. Find something fun to do. Because I hear they're tracking you through your dyad board now. But you can't go see your side chick, though. Oh, man, I always big up my UPS guys, man. I did 6 years in that company. It is terrible. That is a terrible company to work for.
What are you talking about? You don't get to pee either. Like you shit on Amazon all the time, but you can't pee.
Well, you can't shit on Amazon because they won't let you go shit.
Yeah, you can't shit as a UPS truck driver either. What are you gonna take a shit in the back of somebody else's package? If anything, there's more fucking packages to shit on when you ship for Amazon, so you can spread the shit around.
You spread the shit around. That's where we're at today.
Yeah.
Spreading the shit around.
What do you shit when you're driving for UPS?
I don't know. Go to some place. I mean, they meet women all along their route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're in uniform. Women are a sucker for men in uniform, right?
Yeah. So. I don't know. I don't have personal experience, so I can't speak on that.
But yeah, so for me, like my views, I don't I'm pretty apolitical. So I look at a particular subject and I try to gather as much information as I can about that subject.
Yeah.
And then I try to make a determination based upon why does that guy have so much tape on his rear tail light?
Oh,
That's just dumb. Um, I just try to make a determination that makes the most sense. And sometimes that's going to make me sound like a raging liberal. That guy has long butt cheeks on the front of his car. Um, um, some people look at me and say, "Oh, you're a bleeding heart liberal guy." I'm like, no, this just makes sense. Other people will say, "Oh, you're a right wing trans hater." No, this just makes sense.
who'd you vote for? Oh, is that too controversial?
Like I say, apolitical. I don't like any politician. I don't support any politician.
So you don't vote?
So I don't, because I don't support any of them. I support everybody's right to vote for whoever they want to vote for if they believe in the system, but I don't, so I don't participate.
How do you feel about voter ID?
Well, on that subject, I think that the voter ID thing is only a thing because they're trying to make it harder for minorities to vote. They don't really care. If minorities voted Republican, they would not be pushing for voter ID.
What is voter ID?
That's when they want to have people have like government issued identification to verify whether or not somebody is eligible to vote. And before you could use like a college ID, you can use a fucking cable, thing like that. But
Wait. Okay.
right, so what they're doing is they know that the way that the voting system has always worked, it makes it easier for poor minorities, poor minorities, and especially elderly that live in rural areas where there's not like here in New York City, it's easy to get everywhere. But like in southern Georgia, where they wish they still had slave plantations, a lot of the older black folk, they do the write-in ballots or they go to like their local, polling station. So what they want to do is to make it much harder for people to be able to because they're afraid that the people who that are poor are going to vote Democrat.
Yeah. Well,
Now Democrats lie because they say that they're for the working class family and all that other stuff, but they take corporate money just like every other.
That's how the system is set up.
That's how the system is set up, right? So the thing is, poor people don't put money in your pocket, but poor people get you the votes to put you in a position of power.
To get money from people who has money.
Exactly.
Yeah. I write in my votes all the time, but my guy never wins.
Right. Because you're probably voting libertarian.
No, I'm voting for Kim Jong-un. Yeah. Like, not a lot of people has
Do you
that.
remember when D's Nuts ran for president in South Carolina? Remember that?
Yeah. But I write in Kim Jong-un.
That was the best. That was the best thing that happened in the 2010s. I was thinking about it this morning, actually.
But aren't like older people tend to vote Republican? Is that not how it works?
Older black people tend to vote Democrat. I mean, 91% of black men vote Democrat, 96% of black women vote Democrat. So, older folks, have been, listening to the same, rhetoric, since, but I think a lot of people, they don't really believe in the system. They just, whoever is going to say the sweet nothings that sound like, it's for me the most, that's what they go with. And that's why Trump ended up president in the first place. Trump doesn't give a fuck about any of these poor white people. He doesn't believe in even half of the things that he says, but it gets him a lot of attention and it gets him a lot of adoration to say the things that they want to hear. So that's why Trump does it. Trump is addicted to the adoration and the power.
Yeah.
and the influence. He doesn't actually care about right wing versus left wing. He doesn't care about red or blue. He cares about green. That's money. Whatever's this. So you see when they raided his house the other day?
Yeah.
What did he do? Oh, it's a witch hunt, blah, blah, blah. And then immediately, oh, he starts the fundraising. Oh, see, they came and searched my home. You need to give me money. Because he's broke. That's all that is.
I mean, I think he has money.
Nah, he's broke.
Well,
Ask the lawyers that have represented him
yeah.
that he's trying not to pay. He's broke.
Well, I will try not to pay my lawyers either if I don't have to. I mean, you know, I have a lot of wants, but I don't have a lot of like, you know, have tos.
Oh,
Right?
God.
I don't think
I mean, what if you go to do construction and they try not to pay you?
happens all the time. Happens all the time.
You don't get mad?
I'm a volunteer at that point. What do you want me to do?
Oh, my God.
Right? It's on me.
Maybe you really are North Korean at heart.
Yeah, I'm a communist. That's my political stance. Just tell me what to do. I'm a
Are you also satisfied with them telling you what to believe?
yeah.
Okay.
Am I getting fed? Enough? Come on. I can't believe what you want me to believe if I'm dead. So you gotta keep me alive to believe it.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God. So you are a firm believer in being conquered.
I think conquer is a bad word. Conquer for a communist and for people. All right? Which I say often, but I don't want to get your fucking channel back. We don't like to think of as a conquer. It's more of a consistency. You know, you want to be consistent.
Cohesive.
Like the feminist movement. You know, they're
Oh
not.
no, but it's impossible for them to be consistent. Because on one side you want to be trans women are women. And on the other side it's like they're taking opportunities from sports. Like, okay.
I mean, I'm not even trans woman.
I'm saying that but these are core tenets of feminism. These are like at their core. This is like what they keep shouting, right? But it's like trans women are women until they start replacing you in different places in society. Then all of a sudden,
I don't think that's the core. The core feminists are the ugly ones.
well, no, I said tenets, the core tenets.
The core tenants. Okay.
Yeah, like the core belief,
Okay.
or the propaganda they want to spread, right? Obviously, women who are attractive and have access to men and means, they tend not to be feminists.
Of course, because it's great.
Right? If you go to other countries where very, very clear who built their civilization and who protects them, you don't find too many feminists over there either.
Well, in their defense, they're home raising the next generation of the people who built and make it happen.
Right.
So,
and yes, in some ways, it's a problem that solves itself when you look at the fact that many feminists are not going to procreate, and we don't really need that for the next generation anyway. So
any feminist is not going to procreate.
So
that's not true. I'm a feminist.
How many kids do you have?
Not yet.
Okay, well,
not that I know of. I believe in a woman's right to choose as long as they choose abortion.
I almost died laughing.
I said that in the comment section.
Yeah. Well, I have a very good memory. Because when the stream that you requested to come on as a guest, you asked me my view on that because that was around the time that the decision got leaked. Well, not the draft got leaked.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'll say this time and time again, pro-life and pro-choice, they're all having the wrong conversation.
Yeah, they're debating about two different things.
No,
Why should do that?
they're both debating the wrong thing. It's not whether or not you should or should not be able to have an abortion. It is, should you make decisions as adults? And there's so many ways to prevent pregnancy
Yeah.
that, you know, incest and EPAR. I don't know, throw those guys in prison.
What's E part?
We can't say the R word.
Oh.
So we say it backwards, or we say grape. Because grape soda is a great flavor.
They should probably make that popular.
Yeah. YouTube made it necessary. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So
see, this is why China is actually the front runner and sponsor of free speech. You know that? That's
what?
Right there. China is the front runner of sponsoring free speech.
Okay, you're about to say something really savage. So go.
No, that's it.
Come on with it.
If you say stuff that's not mainstream, and we see this very often, you lose your sponsors, right? Pretty straightforward.
Right.
If I go on, say right now, if we have sponsors or we're big enough to have sponsors,
right,
you lose your sponsors. But you go to any Chinese company, pick a dog shit product, they'll be like, oh, you say whatever, okay, you're gonna move product or not?
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
You just move some dog shit t-shirts.
What happened with Louis Vuitton? Everybody said, oh, we're going to stop buying Louis Vuitton because they said, something about supporting Uyghur Muslims or something like that. People in China
don't say shit about China. Just say shit about over here, right? If you say something that people don't like over here, the Chinese company will still sponsor you over here. Think about it.
But I mean, the cancellation algorithm is the exact same.
Yeah, but at least you're financially not canceled. I'm talking about financially.
No, they will cancel you financially if you talk about the CCP or whatever.
Yeah, don't talk about the CCP.
But that's what I mean. But here, like, don't talk about men in dresses and you don't get canceled or something like that.
Well, some men just shouldn't be wearing dresses.
Well,
and that has nothing.
We're gonna save that for your appearance on TSP.
That has nothing to do with their whatever identification is. More have to do with their appearance.
Well,
like, have you seen a ballet?
I avoid it.
Yeah, those are for the old school closet gays. Come on,
that's what I'm saying. I have no interest in it. Why are these cars parked in this lane?
Because they identify as moving. So,
trying to figure out
when
I should take. I'll take this one.
Hello, Rohan. I don't know if he's still there. I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at following chat. Also, I can't really see.
Yeah, we haven't had a comment in a while. Either that or
it's not coming up. There's some comments that it's not coming.
Not coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have frozen. Frozen, like Elsa. That's a MMA thing. Let me see if I can
Frozen like Elsa.
Here we go. Oh, before the billions. Oh shit.
What?
Before the billions is in my chat? Get the fuck out of here. Yo, shout out to Before the Billions, man. Shout out to Before the Billions. He is the guy to go to if you want to learn how to make money in the tech field. Holy shit. I might have missed him because my chat was frozen. Fuck. Damn, man. I'm going to go show him some love on his channel. I'm going to go show him some love on the channel. Damn, man. Damn. Shout out to Before the Billions. Again, if you want to make money in the tech field, Before the Billions is the guy to go to. Shout out to TLA. Um, Shout out to TLA, the lead attorney. Definitely go check him out as well. God damn, I fucking check. Ah!
That's from Twitch.
Nah, YouTube.
No, I think it's really is.
Fuck.
I don't see it. Oh yeah, I see it.
Damn, man. But shout out to Before the Billions, man. He's a really good dude, a stand-up dude.
He doesn't sit.
I'm pretty sure he sits when he works, but he's a stand-up guy. I cannot believe he was just in my chat. That is fucking cool. That is cool as fuck, man. But yeah, shout out to Before the Billions. But yeah, shit. All right. I don't know what we were talking about.
Abortions.
Yeah. No, I just think that they're having the wrong discussion in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
Go on.
we men need to make smarter decisions when, we need to make smarter decisions about the kind of women that we lay down with. Because if she's the type of woman to try to trap you, you need to find that out before you try to smash. But a lot of guys are just, so have that one track mind where just like, I just gotta get laid. I just gotta get laid. And then when things happen the way that they don't want them to have it, they want to blame the women,
So you're pro-life?
I'm pro making responsible decisions. So my thing is, right? You can say, well, are you pro-life? Well, am I? I don't have any kids.
The responsible decision is to get an abortion afterwards.
No, the responsible decision is to do things to prevent the germination of the seed from happening in the first place. Like, pregnancy is not a given when you have sex because we have all of these different things that you can do to ensure that doesn't happen. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they say, but what if she, steals the condom? Well, how about you date a woman that you don't have to worry about stealing the condom because you vetted her with the same with the same scrutiny that you should vet a woman when you're looking to marry her. Now, I'm not saying that guys should, only have sex with women that they're going to get married to. But what I'm thinking is you should only have sex with the kind of woman that if you accidentally do get her pregnant, that you would want to engage in the shotgun wedding with.
I don't know. I think there's too many criterias.
Well, the thing is, again, I don't have any diseases and I don't have any babies.
That you know of?
No, I just don't have any babies, period. I just don't. Because I police my sperm.
Police is fun.
Yeah.
See, I'm a generous guy. I make random donations from time to time.
You making deposits?
Yeah. Not donations. I call them donations.
Yo, I gotta shout out Before the Billions one more time. Like, thanks for coming through, at least in putting the greeting out there. I remember I went into his I went onto one of his community posts one time. Oh yeah, I've never driven with the windows up and the top down. I want to see.
That's where it's at.
Oh,
Yeah. That's where it's at.
I kind of feel like I look like a doofus with no roof but windows up.
It's fine. It's actually better than I expected to be.
From what I hear, you can save like gas.
Gas?
Yeah, it saves gas when you drive with the windows up.
You drive a BMW convertible. I don't think gas was on the priority list.
When gas went to $6 a gallon, it went up higher on the priority list.
Yeah, before you bought the car, I don't think it's.
Because around the same time gas went up, I lost a $2,000 a month media gig. So less money coming in, more money going out. I got to make some sense.
Sounds like you converting to a bike.
I mean, I'm driving a convertible with the windows up. I mean,
Well, it still sounds. It's still quieter than my Tesla with the windows up.
you know, I was gonna say, it's weird. I feel like this does do some sound deadening.
Yeah. Don't they have the thing that goes up or no? Oh,
The deflectors behind us.
oh yeah. This thing.
The wind deflectors behind. Yeah. It definitely does cut out wind in the cabinet, but I don't mind the wind in the cabin, personally. But yeah, so my thing is, you know, people say, well, you know, I should be able to get a prenatal termination. Like, okay, most of the women that will be in a position to
Prenatal.
need that,
Uh-huh.
you know, they're not screaming about it. The ones that are screaming about it are the unattractive ones that nobody wants to really spend more than 7 minutes around if they don't have to. So to get into a situation where somebody would actually want to lay down with you with your clothes off.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of guys out there.
But the thing is, these types are just so off-putting. The guys just don't want to be bothered with them at all. I'm talking about the shaved head, the blue hair, that kind of shit.
Yeah, but a lot of guys fuck horses too, you know?
It's so fucking dumb. But a horse is not going to, scream in your ear about how horrible you are because you're a man while you're paying for their food on the date.
Yeah.
A horse is not going to do that.
It's a pandemic. More people die from getting fucked by horses than shark attacks. Look it up. It's fucking fact. Pretty sure that's true.
100% of statistics are true 45% of the time.
There you go.
Oh my God.
It's always, sometimes you just need time for the statistic to catch up. Your fact is so much,
you
so
can
correct.
you can make the fact come true.
Yeah, the fact is so correct that the statistic haven't catch up yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're false, just make it true.
Yeah.
Like Trump.
By fucking more horses.
Right.
Don't be a problem.
Yeah, this show has gone off the rails, folks.
Be part of the statistic.
Everybody's part of a statistic.
How do you feel about black on white crimes?
Well, they happen at the same rate as white on black crimes. People harm the people. Oh, that's the hardtop version of my car.
The Supra?
Yeah. That's the hardtop version of this
That's
car.
a Supra.
That's the hardtop version of this car. Same engine, same chassis. Most of that is BMW parts.
Oh, really?
Just put the
top.
They put the shitty interior, the shitty Toyota interior, but the infotainment system is BMW. And the shell is mostly designed by Toyota. They're made by a different company. They're like the car is assembled in, I think, Austria by a different company other than Toyota and BMW. It's insane. It's really but it has the same B58 engine. I mean, if that's like the regular cheaper Supra, then it's the 4-cylinder. If it's the 6-cylinder, it's like a weaker version of the engine in this car. Then if it's the GR Supra, it's the same engine as in this car.
As long as no American touched it, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah,
because the Tesla is all American design and all American made, and I'm not impressed.
Yeah, it's not. The initial quality is fucking trash. But the thing is, I just think that when you, I think that, and I've said this before, I believe that every person who has ever lived was a racist in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
I'm a huge racist. I'll admit that right now.
And so
All right.
I judge people not by if you're racist or not. I judge people by what you do with your racism.
I know.
So if you use your racism to harm people, then I just won't fuck with
There
you.
you go.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're not racist, you're stupid.
If you're not racist, you're not alive because you know the way that our brains work, we put everything and everyone into compartments.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like if you're not racist, you can't function in society, and you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, you're gonna, you know, women will tell you don't have any biases, but if you're under 6 feet tall, they won't look at you. No, there is a hierarchy.
I mean, I guess.
There is a hierarchy, and you know, people just don't want to.
How much money do you have in the bank?
Right. There's a hierarchy. Exactly. You know, so we put people on totem poles, and then we decide who's at the bottom and who is at the top for reasons that don't make a whole lot of sense a lot of the time.
It's biological, I guess.
Yeah, it's human nature, and so me, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to judge somebody for being human. You know what I'm saying?
I just had
It's a stop sign. I followed the stop sign. That's your fucking problem, guy. That's your problem. I stopped. I waited. That's it. I guess these guys got pulled over for blowing that stop sign. There's a stop sign by my house where they just sit and give tickets to everybody that blows a stop sign. What are the comments saying right now?
Yeah, I should be reading comments.
But yeah, you know, for me, you know, I don't mind if people have racial biases. We all do. But just don't use it to harm people.
Welcome to the church.
Just don't use your biases to harm people.
Yeah.
Don't interfere with other people's lives. You know, like if you don't want to date somebody that's of a certain race, that's your goddamn business. But then again, if you're a dickhead asshole, then you're probably saving them the trouble of having to deal with somebody like you who makes decisions based on skin color, right? I make my decisions based on culture.
Sometimes
Sometimes that will eliminate people of a certain skin color, most people of a skin color, but it's not the skin color. Yeah, it is Thank you, Q Boss. It is Magnum Steyr that puts the cars together.
Oh, that's what it is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Damn, I missed out on Before the Billions. I'm gonna probably leave a soup or something on one of his streams or some shit. Damn it, StreamYard. Fucking froze my comment section.
They don't have an app?
No, it's all web based.
Okay.
It'd be nice if they had, right? That would be fucking cool.
Why not Streamlabs?
You can't do it.
Yeah, the comment thing is nice.
You know, if I want, yeah, you see how I was able to highlight the comment? It's really good. I mean, they're doing the service. I've gotten it. I haven't any money back yet, but you guys are here.
How much is it? You have to pay for
$500 a year.
Oh fuck. I'll get fucking the ass for less.
So you would take less than $500 to get fucked in?
Depends who it is. Depends on your weight. My ass fucking is weight based. You know?
Do tell.
No. I don't discriminate against look because that's you can't change, but I discriminate against weight about ass fuckings.
What does the weight have to do? Out.
There's more momentum behind that weight.
There's a lot of mass.
Yeah, there's
velocity.
There's a lot. Why do you think they switch up the golf clubs when they?
Yeah. So
you know. Oh, this is how you tell. Real quick. All right.
Hey, we got a James from the internet fan sighting. Yeah, I need to. I need to uh, go greet him on one of his streams.
Oh, that guy's fucked up.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's.
Move forward.
Come on, move forward,
Yeah.
guy,
Idiot.
before you end up with a broken tail light. Because the MTA ain't gonna pay you after they fuck your shit up. Yeah, yeah. So my thing is, I know that I'm at a disadvantage because of my skin color, and I've accepted that. In the dating market, I've accepted that most monogamous, so I'm gonna be at a disadvantage. I accept that. I'm not gonna call people a phobe or an ist. They're just people living their lives, and they're gonna support something, gonna support other things. That's their business. I draw the line at you interfering with my life. Don't try to drag me behind your MAGA truck. Don't, try to take away my reputation unless I've done something actually wrong. You're seeing a lot of women that are getting mad at guys and then leveling false accusations against them because they don't like them. No, you make an accusation against me that did something to you. You know what, Zach? You just gave me an idea. I want to get, James from the internet does not live in my city. I think he might live in New York, but I think he lives in upstate New York, if I'm not mistaken. I am going to try to get James from the internet.
Who's that?
He was one of my colleagues on Act.tv before we all got cut.
Oh,
I think he got cut. He used to have like this really great series called Left of Left and talk about a lot about how the American worker is being exploited. I'm talking about obvious exploitation. Like, oh my God. Like you're talking about like, they're doing stock buybacks and, they're increasing C-suite employee compensation while trying to cut benefits for the employees at companies that are enjoying record profits. And it's saying, well, they're crying broke for health insurance and we got to cut. We have to extend your hours for no more money. Oh, but thank you for helping us make the most money we've ever made.
why do they put up with it? Why do they put up with it?
Well, they don't. They go on.
There we go.
That doesn't happen in your communism.
We don't.
They just jump off those at work and die.
We don't need. See, we have nets. That's it's an exercising routine. All right.
You bounce off the nets.
Yeah, this is it's a culture thing you don't understand. We don't need to go on strike because everything is perfect in the communist world.
But that is it perfect? They show it's perfect by saying, "Well, I've experienced all I need to experience in this life, so
yeah,
it's time to exit."
What you don't understand is they're very religious, and they were like, "Yep, time to go to heaven."
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, they believe in heaven, huh?
All is an exercise routine. They jump off the ones.
Why'd they pull me off the highway for this? Why?
Yeah. BMW navigation should always use Google Maps.
This does use Google Maps.
Just like Tesla use Google.
Oh my God. It's like why? Why? I think Google Maps put all of us on this road.
No, yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
The government should take over Google. That's an essential service.
Can you check to make sure that my comments are actually
Yep, last comments from Zach.
Okay, yeah. But yeah. I want to see if I can I'm gonna hit up James and see if he would like to show up either on the show or step into the den right wing co-host call.
Captain Paul is right wing.
Yeah, he's a conservative.
Get that from hearing him. I didn't.
Oh no, he's not
hardcore.
No, he's just logical. But for him, the whole pro-life, he's really pro-life thing, like super strong.
I'm pro accountability.
I'm pro accountability. That's it. I'm pro accountability. Make adult decisions. Make smart adult decisions.
Well, no, I don't make. Here's the thing between me and you, right? This is why I'm different. I'll get serious in a little bit. Don't make.
I got fucking shit on my fucking shorts. Fuck.
Nobody gonna see. What was I saying?
You said pro accountability.
Yeah. So here's you wanted people to make like small adult choices. I was like, do you. You know what I mean? Just don't make me
Have to deal with the aftermath. But the thing, going to deal with the aftermath when the chick goes out there.
not like I mean, don't make the government, don't make my tax dollar pay for it. Pay for yourself if you.
No, your tax dollar is going to pay for it regardless. So let's say she does not do the prenatal termination, right? Women make bad dating decisions every day. In
Okay.
fact, they're dedicated to making bad dating decisions, right? And then blame the men for it, for the men that they chose, right? So they're gonna, if they don't do the prenatal termination, they are going to raise the child in a single parent environment around a woman that is going to be playing out of position, and she is not going to be able to provide the nurturing that's needed or the discipline that's needed.
No, I'm saying
So
about
you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay one way or the other for their poor decision. Either it's you're going to pay for the abortion, or you pay by a lower quality of life in society. Maybe get, you might be shopping trees and then take a bullet in your back for no, because somebody wanted to shoot up
but
the grocery store,
will my Amazon package get delivered faster?
or they're breaking into your house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the efficient I want. I want them to break in my house and just drop off my Amazon packages.
Okay. Just take the stuff that was on your porch and just put it inside the door.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I guess they do perform a service, because when they steal the shit out of your house, you have more space to put more things you can buy.
There you go. That's economic 101.
Yeah. Maybe we do need breaking and entering actors,
Yeah. New York is the best place to do it because there's no
I
standing
mean,
ground.
if people did not have if people didn't burglarize, then Ring would not have made the guy that created Ring would not have gotten $1.7 billion from Amazon.
Exactly. Also, Amazon will not have to replace so many packages, which means the company will not have to,
Right.
produce 30% more stuff so it could get stolen.
Right. So what you're saying is we need more crime.
So
that means that you should be pro-life, because more crime happens when you have more single-parent households.
I'm pro accountability. I think I just don't want to pay for it. I think you should do the abortion on your own behalf. We should have loans for abortions. There should be a loan officer outside the abortion clinic.
Like outside the university.
Yeah. You know what? I changed my mind. I think only the pro-choice people has to start a fund for the abortions. I think everybody will be happy about that. I think there's plenty of pro-choice money to go around. This is why
I mean, they're not spending their money on the WNBA, so they got to be spending money on something, right?
For some reason, I keep seeing more and more like news articles on my feed.
Yeah.
About how LeBron James gets paid more than the entire WNBA.
LeBron James is marketable, and he moves merchandise.
I understand that, I understand that, but for some reason, I keep getting that. I haven't been watching NBA for a while. I don't know why that keeps showing up.
But the thing is, nobody has been watching the WNBA for a while.
I do. After Brittany, whatever, got arrested.
So you watch it more because she's not playing?
I watch it more to see how bad it is.
And it's pretty fucking bad. It is. It's pretty fucking bad. Captain Paul has a video on our channel.
Okay.
Kind of airing that out, how bad it is. And it's like, the thing is, you guys are not marketable at all. And here's another thing. Somebody commented on the video that we did talking about that stuff. Seditionalists! Hey, good to see you. And there was a good point that was made that reminded me of this other point, right? The WNBA is like 20-something years old, right? If you go back to when the NBA was 25 years old, do you think the men were crying for more pay? No, they just went out and got second jobs. The NBA wasn't really marketable until Michael Jordan made it marketable in the mid 1980s.
Yeah, you give Michael Jordan too much credit. I think Larry Bird and
No, they were not profitable back then. It was Mike. They started becoming profitable, and they started getting the TV network contracts in the Michael Jordan era. Like everybody knows the greatness of the NBA teams of the 70s and 80s, but they were not marketable. They aired the games on tape delay back then.
I think I love Michael Jordan, but I think you give him a little too much credit.
I'm telling you, go back, look at when they signed the contracts. It
Yes.
was Michael Jordan that made the
Yes.
NBA popular with Greater America.
Yeah.
That made it profitable for them to get the TV contracts
I
that
agree
boosted
with
the
you.
values of each organization and the league at large. But they were not profitable back then.
They definitely market the shit out of Michael Jordan, and I'm not trying to downplay Michael Jordan's contribution, right? But they were also advertising Magic and Bird's like rivalry.
Yes, they advertised it, right?
Yeah,
But they couldn't even get it to be aired live.
but it's you're making it seem like as soon as Jordan,
It wasn't as soon. Well, it was kind of close. It was kind of close to us, but it was like his second, third year in the league, especially when you starting when you got that he got that endorsement deal with Nike. Because back then, like you had the Pro Ked, you had the Adidas, but they weren't really moving merchandise like that. And
I think
then
the number was trending up. Jordan was
but it was like this, and then Jordan came, and then like this.
No, it was like this. But imagine like when this Jordan definitely like
Nah, in the mid 1990s, it helped get the NBA a little bit more into the mainstream, but Space Jam was only possible because the NBA had already entered the consciousness of the mainstream.
It's also like distribution, accessibility. So I think a lot of things play.
Right, but it was the Michael Jordan era.
It is the Michael Jordan era
that really changed the profitability that surrounded NBA players.
I can say the same thing about like LeBron James.
No, LeBron James then took it to another level in the 2000s.
Yes.
But it was Michael Jordan that made the whole endorsement thing like a real thing where players were making a lot of money without having to take a second job in the league. And you're talking about the we're talking about where the 12th guy on the bench also was making Mundo bucks, hawking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's just started, but
that Michael Jordan made that possible, but LeBron James took it to another level.
I don't think you make it seem like he single-handedly.
It was single-handed. I'm telling you.
Sponsorship happening.
I'm telling you, because the thing is, Michael Jordan with the Gatorade and the Hanes and the McDonald's, he was the first person to like really put his face on everything and then generate disgusting profits for every corporation that he signed on. He was the first one. I'm telling you.
Yes, he's number one, but you don't think there's a room for white guys be like, yo, how can we make this more profitable?
No, like you get like Doncic.
Yeah,
you get like that. But remember, the NBA was a predominantly black league, so it was hard to monetize the faces and the brand because most middle Americans don't want to. Most of them just don't want to watch niggas run around on a slab of wood bouncing the ball, right?
Yeah.
They most want to see people that look like them. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. That's just the truth, right? People want to see themselves represented, and even though black people do have economic buying power,
they have the highest economic
no.
Yo,
white people still have the most buying power. So that's the way it is.
The black and the Chinese.
No, the NBA has expanded into the Chinese market, but I'm talking about here in the United States. You were talking earlier about not talking about Chinese. That was no,
I was talking about China and Chinese. It's two different things. That's why,
No, I mean the NBA expanded into China.
Yeah.
So remember when Daryl Morey, was saying things that was not favorable about what was happening in Hong Kong, and then LeBron James said something, and then very quickly LeBron James rescinded what he said because it cost the NBA a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have very little respect for LeBron James, and I definitely did lose a lot of respect for him because he was all about that. What do they call it? Um, he was all about. Wow, this really.
Missed the exit, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna exit because this is kind of pissing me off. This is kind of pissing me off.
You're not gonna do that. So many people depending on you. You're really saying that you're gonna take the high road while watching people. Like you're gonna get pushed back either way, right? You're gonna get pushed back either way.
No, but the thing is, if you made your brand on social justice and then you make a social justice statement and then you retract it, now you just look like you're out for yourself. You look like a hypocrite.
He's not out for himself. He's out for the people that he's representing. Oh, he's
himself.
No, he doesn't need any more money. Like LeBron James.
If that was the case, then he would not have.
He has generational wealth.
That's what I'm saying, but he would not have walked back his comments if he didn't care.
I think this is my belief, right? I think and hear me out. I think he walked back his comment because, like, other people is making money off the NBA. He wants other people to be okay. Like if the China deal falls through, a lot of people is going to lose their job over here in America.
Right, but the thing is,
and he
still made that statement. He made the statement.
Yes.
And then. So the thing is, even if what you're saying is true,
okay,
and what you're saying does make sense. Say of backtracking, backsliding.
Yes.
The result of that is now you look like a coward and
okay. And let me give you a scenario, right?
Yeah.
You work for a media company, and your boss says something right, but then your company is going to lose a lot of money, and then you're most likely going to lose your job. And your boss retracted that statement. Well, you think he's a coward?
It doesn't necessarily matter what I think, because I might think he's a coward, but he's a coward that's on my side. But the fact of the matter is, for the people that are spending their money, some people might look at it and say, well, hey, like, how can I trust your views on anything if it is mainly, if it's mainly about you keeping the money going? McFadful, what's good?
Yeah, I need to keep.
Yeah, that's an issue. McFadful, don't fret after the game, which I'm really upset about because I'm really late to this game because of this stupid GPS.
And traffic.
I really hate being late to my games. We're gonna do part 2 when we leave Citi Field, because you're gonna want to go back to Manhattan because Lewis has your car.
I need to see where he is afterwards.
Yeah, so we can coordinate something.
Okay, I don't know if he has time to hang out.
Yeah, but at least we can have a conversation on the way to go wherever the fuck Lewis is. But yeah, the thing is that, like, you're saying, hey, he did it to save other people, save jobs and things like that. But the net of it is that he still looks like a backsliding coward.
Yes.
And that, you're not, he
looks like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to do the greater good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he feels like he could take the hit. I mean, a lot of people forgot about it. The right wingers have not forgotten about it. So
it's like John Cena making that apology when he called Tyler.
We're going to Citi Field. He said City Park. He almost got it.
We're gonna go see a bunch of middle-aged men. So
The seditionist is going to go back to Lewis's stream and then find out what's happening.
thank you.
Yeah. I'm also pissed off too because parking is going to be a fucking bitch now. They made me late for this game. In your defense, seditionalists.
What do you say?
Yeah. In your defense, seditionalists. Hey, what's going on, Carbon? There are a lot of baseball stadiums that use, park, field, stadium, field house, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So the thing is that, but also too, there's another part to this too, right? There are going to be people who are reasonable. They're going to understand why he did what he did. The right wingers never wanted to support LeBron James at all anyway. So even though he looks like a backsliding coward to them, it didn't matter because they were looking for stuff to make him look bad to begin with.
The right winger was making fun of him.
The right wingers hate LeBron James because he doesn't like it when unarmed black people are killed for no reason, and they like it, so they get upset about it.
Is it true that 92% of the mass shooting are black on black crimes?
No,
Statistics true?
no, that's not true. But around 90% of crimes done to black people are done by other black people.
That's what I'm saying.
And
yeah,
90 about 90% of all crimes done to white people are done by white people. And the statistics are similar for Hispanics and also for Asians. And what they found is crime is not a racial thing, it is an economic issue. So also it's a proximity issue. People tend to harm the people they live around. So black people, we live in segregated neighborhoods in this country. So the people that are going to do the crimes to you are likely your next door neighbor.
Okay.
So
what's the problem with
so if you live in a community that's mostly Asian, you're going to be more likely to be victimized by somebody who's Asian than any other race.
Yes, I'm a little ignorant on this topic, okay?
Yeah.
Even though I'm right, but explain to me why is it the left or the right that's complaining about the crime rates, the gun violence? So right,
Both.
the left.
Both.
Okay.
Both are
Okay, why are
complaining
people
for different reasons.
Why are people complaining about the crime rates if most of the black people are killing themselves already? They should be supporting it if they don't like the black people.
So the thing is that all right. So here's a fucked up thing, right?
Right?
If
Like,
so
okay, go on.
Check this out.
Okay.
If every single murder in the black community was committed by a unique felon, like every murder is convicted, every black on black was one murder committed by a different black person each time.
Yeah.
Over 98% of black people will not have committed a murder. So it's really about branding.
Yeah.
It's really about branding.
What's the problem?
Right.
So black people are shooting the black people.
And white people are shooting the white people.
Exactly. But then the problem is the white people are complaining about
they're not complaining about the black crimes. What they're doing is they're pointing at the black crimes as a reason to try to rationalize their racist ideologies and behaviors. Yeah. So if you notice that we have a term called black on black crime.
Yeah.
We don't have a term called white on white crime, even though white on white crime happens at the same rate as black on black crime. It's about image.
Percentage wise, right?
It's about image.
Is it percentage wise, not number wise?
Well, the thing is, most of the crimes committed in the country are by white people. Most crimes are committed by white people.
Because there's more white people.
Because there are more white people.
Yeah.
Right? So hard numbers, percentages, however you want to cut it, criminals are going to be criminals. And usually the number one factor is going to be economic status. Most crimes are crimes of despair. So when people saying, well, the crime rate has gone up. Well, a bunch of people lost their jobs. What the fuck do you expect? People go into survival mode. They don't give a fuck about your your laws, your written or unwritten, they're going to go out and get something so that they can, feed their family or whatever.
And the Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, they'll steal the Louis Vuitton and then sell it so that they can pay their rent or
Yeah.
eat food. Like when when times are easy, less crimes happen. And this is another reason why the destruction of the middle class is such a bad thing, because when you have rich people that hoard all of the resources, and you reduce the middle class, you're making more people become more desperate. And what happens when more people become more desperate? They do more desperate things. Desperate people do desperate things.
Doesn't rich people hoarding all the resources keeps inflation down?
No, because inflation would just happen in the reverse. If all the prices stayed the same and people made less money, then the net result is still inflation. So, like, let's say a burger costs $5 today.
Okay.
And the wealthy hoard more, and then the burger goes from $5 to $4.59, but the wages went from $10 to $7. The economic impact is still inflation.
Yeah, I can't follow.
If you reduce pay,
yes.
if you reduce the price of a good or a service by 10%, but reduce wages by 20%, the net effect is still inflation. Because my buying power was reduced by 20%.
You're not reducing wages, no?
No, they're finding ways to reduce wages in different ways. So one of the ways you can reduce wages is by old school inflation.
Yeah.
If you make everything cost 10% more and don't increase salary, then you have inflation.
But our buying power is a lot more.
Buying power is the key.
Yeah, but our buying power always goes up through
No.
economy of scale.
No. So the thing is, like, if you look at the gas prices, right? There was no real shortage in gas. What they decided to do was to produce less gas.
Yeah, but overall, I feel like I buy a lot more stuff for my money now than before, right? Like cell phones.
Not today.
Cell phones are cheaper. Everything. Like
no, cell phones are way more expensive than they used to be. Do you remember flagships used to cost $400-$500? Now flagships are $1,000, $1,200. We were talking about the Z Fold 4, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you said that was like a poor people's phone, but that shit cost $1,500.
But I'm saying, like the same $1,500 phone in 2 years, that's $300.
But
like you could buy a flag Z whatever phone bullshit from 3 years ago or the last.
No, but everything that's old and used has a lower price. But I'm just talking about just the baseline economy, not the secondhand.
No, not secondhand, but like buy new, but not the latest gen.
Well,
like you could buy a new budget. Well, not we call it budget phone, but it's like
the budget phone. But back then, the old budget phones were $50 and $75. That's when
those are not
flagships.
Those are not smartphones.
No, back in the early days of smartphones, yeah.
Yeah,
in the early days of smartphones.
Like you can't get a smartphone for $500. Now you can get one for.
No, back then the
not this one. Next one.
Yeah, back then the flagships did cost $500. That's what they cost.
iPhone was always $700. I didn't.
No, I think the first iPhone was $599. I think the first one. I think the first one was $599. But now the flagship is now, they tried to bring like, 2 or 3 generations prior, and then slap a $700 price tag and then call it a bargain. They're trying to do that.
The new iPhone,
the iPhone 14, the iPhone 14 and 14 Max is gonna have last year's chip in it.
I'm saying
the Pros are gonna have this year's chip in it.
Whatever the cheapest iPhone right now they have for sale, I think it's $500.
$450. It's $449.
Okay, for $450.
But remember that this wasn't their strategy before. Before they only wanted the premium market. Do you remember when they had the exclusivity deal with AT&T?
Yeah.
Right. So back then, none of the reason why they went with AT&T specifically is because nobody believed in a phone with no buttons. So the only one that would take on the iPhone was AT&T.
But that doesn't really change the price, though.
No, it did. So what they did was they positioned themselves.
Does that make it more expensive or cheap?
It made it more expensive because AT&T was the most expensive ISP, the most expensive mobile company that you can get service from at the time. So what they did was they positioned it and they sold it in a way that was like, if let's say you had Singular or you had T-Mobile or or you had Sprint, they looked at you as somebody who was poor that could not afford the latest,
I thought, Verizon
right?
was also the most.
Because remember, you had to have a credit check, you had to have, over a 700 credit rating and all of that, right?
Yeah.
You had to have all of that. So they positioned it like, well, we're the crop, and if you're going to get what we have, you have to. So it became more of a not a fashion statement, but it became a symbol of wealth, right? So they positioned it that way because they really wanted to be on all the caps, but since they couldn't, and they ended up on the most expensive carrier at the time, then they had to do the PR thing. And
Verizon was the most expensive carrier.
No, AT&T was Verizon was in their league, but Verizon was more competitive at the time, and it was harder to get AT&T service because you had to have like the top credit scores back then. So eventually, when they started to price the phone higher, once everybody wanted the candy bar phone form factor.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like,
then they were able to spread to the other.
Regardless what happens, right? Like, iPhones was.
No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. $600-700, whatever it is. Now you could get a much better than an iPhone performance for $300. New, whatever company.
No, so what I was going to get to is that after a while they could not keep the exponential growth for the investors just going at the high end. So they changed their business model.
Even Android phones, right? Like Android phone starts out at like back then it's also like $500.
Yeah,
well, shitty phone.
Well, I mean, it was top of the line back then.
Yes, for like $500, right?
Right.
But now you can get much better than a top of the line Android phone for $200-300. That's what I'm saying. Like the buying power.
There's like several asterisks to that. So no, but the thing is, again, this is what I'm trying to explain, and this is where there might be a little bit of a distance.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not understanding.
Yeah. So the issue is there still parking spaces left? Is there still parking spaces left in this lot? Yes. Because I saw spots.
Right, but I don't know if there's any more spots. Okay.
Because there are open spaces in this lot.
The next right is for parking, right? Okay.
All right, because I came in through here one of the last times. Yeah. So the thing is that each time, what you're noticing, what you're actually noticing, is why is this truck here? The business models have changed over time. So back when they first started,
cheaper.
Right, because the thing is that there was no more growth because the markets that they were targeting were saturated. So they just changed their business model, and that gave the rise of the $200, the $300. It looks like it competes on the flagship level, but it really isn't. It's kind of a lie because
you don't really need a flagship, right?
No, you don't need it now, but that's because there's more competition in the market for the low end.
Great. That's exactly my point. Doesn't matter what happens. It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper. Your money gets you more stuff, right? Versus like.
No, I get what you're saying.
Like how the robot vacuum is. Like you have at home. I don't know how much that costs. Like $900, $800, right? But you can get and that was the only option back then. Now because through scaling and other company making it. You can get one for like
McFadful said $4.99 for the original.
okay.
Yeah. But back then that was side note to Sonny, Lewis apparently suddenly went offline about a half an hour ago whilst on the road saying, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." I think he's trolling.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Lewis. I taught that man how to drive, so he drives like a fucking NASCAR champion. Also, Lewis is complaining to Lewis is complaining to me how Steve won't let him borrow his E 350, and I was like, I won't let you borrow my 4E 350.
Weird.
Yeah, Lewis needs to drive with a fucking autopilot.
There should still be parking in the slot.
Wait, so you have 2 season pass, or you get 1 season pass?
I think I fucking missed my fucking entrance. Fuck me.
No, that has a cone on it.
Eh.
That has a cone on it.
But I might be able to get in here. Yeah, I should be able to get.
Oh, this is pretty close. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Yeah, you know everybody.
Well, I see him a lot because I normally come in through here.
They want $30 for parking.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Guys, we're about to go dark on the stream right for a second because I need to give them my parking pass. So just hold on. How you doing today? I remember you.
You remember me?
Yeah, I've given you my ticket before.
Hello.
I was I think we're back. And we're back. I don't really like the fake eyelashes though, but she's not overweight and she's kind of seems nice. So I'd give her like a month and a couple of strokes of the time. They're trying to get Jessa to text Lewis to see if he's okay. Maybe he's getting pulled over. He's probably just getting pulled over.
I'm pretty sure it's fine.
I'm a worrier, so
I'm optimistic.
I'm not. But yeah, I'm just really pissed off that this GPS fucked me like this.
Well, a lot of people are coming in.
But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so the business model changed because it couldn't grow anymore at the top end. So then they started going for the medium, and then when they couldn't grow anymore, now they started going for the bottom end.
Okay, and that's how everything works. No, that means how everything gets cheaper over time.
But the thing is that
Don't get me wrong.
not everything gets cheaper though.
Don't get me wrong.
Housing goes up,
Things could be cheaper.
goes up, education goes up, utilities go up, wages don't go up.
I think houses goes up with
Yeah, it's
inflation.
insane. No, it doesn't. It greatly outpaces inflation.
How much do you think inflation is?
Inflation. Well, inflation is bad now. Normally, they try to get inflation to quit at about 2% per year, and we're experiencing like 10% inflation right now, or close to 10%. It dropped down to just under 9% recently.
So we're on the VIP route. But
I can't get through here anymore. I wanted to get all the way to the back exit. I need to get to the exit. This is what getting here late does. It prevents me from being stuck in the fucking parking lot for an hour trying to get out of here at the end of the game. Um, sir, sir,
hello.
sir, which direction gets me closest to the exit? I want to park all the way in the back.
All the way to the back.
Yeah.
Of all the cars.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I've been here all week. I park all the way over there.
Well, try see if I can find one over there.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, yeah. When the game is over, like, I love my Mets fans and all of that, but I'm
Yeah,
just
this fucking
I'm
packed.
trying, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. I think the exit is in this direction.
I'm surprised this many people coming to see people suck.
No, the Mets are really, really good.
This year, or watch the fucking
I
golf.
think the exit. There's an exit that way, right? And there's also one that way. Oh, okay,
Straight ahead.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, now I just need to find a spot.
I don't think it's happening.
Very, very close.
Why don't you just park here? I would do that. I would park right here. Now with this car,
I'm.
with my Tesla, park right here.
You come back and your car won't be here.
Nah, it'll be.
I told the shit out of that. Yo, they don't play, man. They don't play here. I'm taking the first parking spot on this row that I can find, or close, like here. This is going to suck. I could barely fit in there.
Nah, you don't want to park.
Nah, I might come back to it though.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. All right, this guy. Fucking shit, man.
What happened?
This guy is parking in partially in the other parking spot. I'm gonna take this one. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all after the game for part 2, and we'll try to get in touch with Lewis. Thank everybody for coming through. We'll have episode 69 part 2 a bit later on. We'll check y'all later.